Hey there guys, it's Metro, and today we are wrapping up this playthrough. It's been very interesting. We've managed to go however many episodes, and nobody noticed that we're playing a no spec character. I still can't believe it, honestly. I'm shocked for more than one reason though, because this is actually very powerful. Like, I'm having no problem actually healing the group, so that really says everything you need to know about what the situation is. So, oh, Black Fathom Dust. We haven't done this yet, so this is interesting. But yeah, I actually can't believe it. We have had a no problem healing. The character is actually really complete, honestly. Feels like really just as powerful as any actual healer. So, wow, look at that guy's damage. What the hell? Okay, we have a level 15 Paladin, which I've seen to be very good. A 22 Undead Priest, 27 Hunter, and 20 Warrior. But again, we were calling all these out because I was thinking like, oh yeah, it's probably it's gonna be easier to heal people at the lower level. It's not true. Don't know how they managed it, but yeah, the scaling seems to work exactly as you'd expect. And we are now coming down the home stretch. I don't know if it's just this guy or what, but my heals are barely touching him. And yeah, I thought that would be another issue too. I thought the higher we got, the worse it would get for us, but kind of never really did, to be honest. Level 8. I have not done this dungeon in a very long time. I don't know. I know they made some changes to it. There was a few bugs or something like that, if I remember correctly, last time I did it. What's this? Still gotta make the hops. Stuck in combat with those fish, so that's not a good sign. I'm probably gonna be like that for the rest of the dungeon now. Don't know how that even, what even just happened there. But at least we'll get some dungeons here, or some quests here. Actually, they're only the one quest. That would be unfortunate. That might be the case. I don't know if it's just the damage or what, but Prop Pally is actually kind of nuts. We played with one a few episodes ago that was like insanely self-sufficient as well. That's a big issue though. If we're in combat, we're actually insanely fucked if that's the case. Okay, we're not in combat. Oh, okay, see you later. See you later. Forget it. It was going well.
Wait, it's too soon! No! Oh, please, you must save the others before Dominus sacrifices them.
Okay. I'll be back then. Usually when you get a somebody who leaves a group in the middle of it, takes a very long time to replace them. Let's see if we can't go get some experience from some rares. Our patented passive Ajara. It's actually pretty good. There's a couple good rares in there. It's actually like so much. I don't know why this happens, but like maybe Blizzard like doesn't prioritize a group that's already in progress. But it was basically an instant queue to get into the group in the first place, and now I'm gonna sit here for multiple minutes. What does this guy want to do? And a boss, and we have no tank. It says there's supposed to be treasures here, but I highly doubt it's. Wait, what's this? We're not even in a jar anymore? What the hell? Why did the map open to Ashenville? Strange. God, this sucks so fucking bad, man. That actually really sucks. I'm really looking to get this done here in short order tonight. I have some things I need to do. And the first dungeon, we get stuck in this bullshit. I don't know why this is so common though. If anybody ever leave the dungeon, it takes like the whole a lot of times. If it wasn't the tank, we would just finish the dungeon with 4 people. This happens so often whenever I do dungeons. Okay, we got a player. Quickly kill this. Come on. Of course, as soon as I pull the rare, we get the tank. Alright, no loot needed. Teleport to dungeon. Oh, we got another paladin too, that's funny. Oh, we're all the way back here. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. Didn't think that was gonna happen. But we have this rope. Okay, good. That actually makes it easier. Yeah. Sure thing. Can't imagine we were able to use the rope. I guess I aggroed one of these fish or something. Yeah, there he goes. It's got like no health. Okay, well they killed it. It's fine. Ah, come on. Okay, anyway, I don't have to actually go and do this now. What a disaster. What a terrible start. I have no idea why I spawned here. I guess it's because they were in combat, maybe? What, this doesn't work? I'm so fucking confused, man. I'm unbelievably confused right now. Unbelievably confused. I thought that was supposed to be like a shortcut. You can't actually jump with levitate, so we have to click that off. And he's gone. Sweet. What a fun dungeon this has been. Gets to do it all over again now. Can't teleport out of the dungeon while in combat. What? Yeah, I really don't even know what's going on. Okay, we don't have to leave. We're filled. For some reason, they get ported in, but I'm still not here. Sure thing.
Who dares interrupt my sacrifice? Slay them!
That was very odd. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, this is a freaking Optional boss anyway, huh?
The sacrifice is complete. Grant me your power, Agamai.
This is why I hate these types of dungeons, because it's just so boring. And people can just leave whenever they want, and then you just sat there waiting for somebody to return. Like, I'd rather just the group spans and me have to queue again, honestly. I'd rather, like Mythic Plus, where somebody leaves and it's like, alright, that guy's an idiot, but at least we're not sitting there waiting for somebody to, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, not fun.
Will be claimed by the old.
Okay, we got boots that I definitely need. Actually, not really. Crit verse is actually, these are actually worse than what I have on. Somehow, just different stats, I guess. I don't know if it's worse or not, but Habura. Never killed that guy, I guess. I don't know. Don't know what the point of that is. So when do I get a Leap of Faith? 49. So after this dungeon, presumably. Only took the whole playthrough. I'm not really a big fan of that. I mean, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make every single level give you something or be somewhat valuable. But it's like, it's a bit, I don't know. It just sucks that like you have to get core spells like right at the end. Armor crate, what the hell's in there? What the fuck? Gray gloves, okay. But it's like, at least other classes, it's like major CDs, but like this, it's like, wait, what? Why was that? Why would that spell be the last thing you get? I guess there's nothing else. But you know, like in classic, so like, you know, they're trying to make it more like classic or like the early days of leveling where every time you leveled, you got something worth getting. And it's like, it doesn't really work that way because in classic, like the latest you'd get an actual spell that wasn't talent would be like level 40 something. You know, it's not like you're gonna get a core spell at level 48, right? Like at that point, all you're getting is modifiers, things that are making the spells you already have stronger. So I don't know. I think they could have done a lot better with that. I definitely, especially Bloodlust. I think Bloodlust everybody should get Bloodlust at like level 30 or something. Hunters get it pretty early. Oh yeah, now we do it. This is the bug. Yeah, I remember this. Now this is gonna be bugged for the rest of the dungeon. Or maybe it's good now? Nope. It's like impossible to actually see the guy. I never understand why this happens. I've never seen anyone else comment on it either, so I don't know if it's just me somehow or what. But you see, like, I can't even heal him. Out of range. It's actually, like, super fucked. I wonder if it's if the mob dies while it's doing that grip or something. I don't know. Maybe reload will work. I don't know. It's very, very frustrating though. It's hard to feel like you're actually healing somebody when they're constantly porting away from you. Cool looking animation though. I don't know. Honestly, Cataclysm was a bad expansion, but it also just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand this. There was like not even an old god in the expansion. Like, where are these creatures coming from? This is meant to be N'Zoth? I still don't even fully understand. Deathwing is just like in league with old gods, but they don't exist, so I don't know what to say about that. The BOE is actually better. That's interesting. That's actually a transmog I wanted pretty bad, the pagan set. Actually, I think there's like a dozen pagan sets now that I remember. There's like all different colors of it. I know, that's the one, yeah. Well, anyway. It's a long dungeon too, it seems. I guess that reload did fix the problem, though. I don't know. It's odd.
The intruders are still alive. Stop them! The ritual must
Here we go again with this. Oh, it picked me. I wonder what's gonna happen now. Because the tank wasn't in range, I guess. On the bright side, that's like a good thing, because now surely I'm not gonna flash back and forth constantly.
Fall back to the sanctum. You and Raphael's ritual must not be disturbed. Legendary Guardian Web. Look for you up. One target treasure. Rook is hooked on you.
Fillet of flesh, that's funny. That's a McDonald's reference. They have fillet of fish.
Rook is hooked on you. Look what Guardian treasure!
This boss is actually like really it's actually a huge pain in the ass, because you can only like, if he leaves this circle he resets, and people don't know this. I've had this boss reset like a dozen times. What is that? What the hell is that? What's going on? Part of the boss? I don't even know. I didn't even see any mechanics happening from the ads. This is actually like an interesting ass mechanic though. If this was a Mythic fight or a Mythic Plus fight, my god, people would lose their minds. You actually have to dodge the mechanic. Like, there's no options. There's only like 30 yards of space. Let's see. It's actually smaller than Mass Dispel. So I don't know what the radius is on that, but... And it always picks a player, so I guess the play would probably be just everyone stack, I guess. Or maybe it's spread, I don't know. I never know if it's better to stack. Like, it's so funny because there's been like a ton of mechanics like that over the last 10 years of raiding. And like, sometimes people will be like, okay, make sure you spread out and deal with this. And other people are like, okay, you have to stack, and everybody moves. It's like, wait, what? Why would it be different? Like, what's better? I don't actually know. I never understood. For me, I always thought the spread would be the place, but I guess it depends on what the mechanic does, maybe. Besides just damage and move. This was always another weird change they made to this dungeon. I have absolutely no idea what they were going for. And oh, it's when the Voidwalker dies. I see. Honestly, I thought that that was a mechanic that was just gonna go away. That's why they moved from it originally. Interesting mechanic there. But like, this is just the same. This is literally the same creature that we kill at the end of this dungeon in Classic. I just have no idea. I don't know if Blizzard knows is the question. That's what I'm saying. Honestly, I feel like Cataclysm makes no sense whatsoever. I think they were more worried about like retconning Classic than making a good expansion, because it's honestly bad. It just doesn't even make sense. Like, so much of it just doesn't even make sense. And not to mention the actual design decisions, because they're the worst of it all. Like, there's nothing worse than the design decisions, but the actual story is very strange. I feel like it just completely conflicts with what happens in the other 3 expansions. Or even more so, it conflicts with what happens in the next 3 expansions. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I really don't get it. It seems like they had way bigger plans for water elemental stuff and the whole elemental plane, I guess, in general. I don't really know. But I know that when Cataclysm BlizzCon announcement happened, they announced that there was going to be 4 raid tiers, and there was only 3 in Cataclysm. And the 4th was supposed to be a water raid, a Neptulon raid. But I don't know if they just scrapped it or if that is what became the dungeon. I'm not sure, but can't skip these, buddy. At least to my knowledge. I don't know, maybe you can, but pretty sure you cannot skip them. Now this guy's teleporting all around again. Yeah, see, it's so fucked. It's unbelievable. We'll reload after this one dies. There's another one still. I don't know how this is like this, to be honest, because it's very bizarre. Quickly reload before the boss. Nope, that did not fix it. Somehow a coincidence that fixed it the first time, I guess. See, out of range. I can't even heal him. So, good thing the dungeon's over. I don't know how nobody else experiences this. Like, this is game breaking. Like, I guess once you get in combat, it's fine. Maybe it's the problem. Maybe this isn't the same boss. I don't know. I thought it was like a Hydra. Oh, we didn't ding? Well, we ding from the quest. Okay, I assume it's 3 more dungeons. I want to actually look at this. Akumai. Wow. Yeah, no, it's... Yep, it's actually the same. It's the same name. It's a completely different fight. Couldn't be more different. Why do I keep getting cataclysm? Oh, the felt cloth didn't sell, yeah. Well, it was a very interesting playthrough, but 49. Oh yeah, we got the finally got wherever leap of faith. I don't actually have a keybind for it though. Usually I would put it here, but it's here by default. That's actually not a bad option. We'll just go with that. Wailing Caverns. Oh, that's actually a good thing. I never actually finished the quest in this zone. In this dungeon. Oh, but again, it's... You gotta be fucking kidding me. Why does this keep happening? This is the second time I got into this dungeon with the first boss dead, so I can't complete the quests. God, that is fucking annoying. And this is such a long dungeon, too. It really sucks that we have to do this all again. Not the most fun thing. $48 DK tank, 38 hunter, 23 Death Knight DPS, and another hunter for 2 DKs, 2 hunters. Where are they? In front of Pythas, I guess. Interrupt both of those. That was kind of lucky. Give ourselves an opportunity to actually do something besides stock healing and damage. Don't have a lot of utility, but what we do have can be used well. The knockback especially. We did get a belt. It is actually really nice to get loot at level 49 because this loot is actually solid. Like, it's actually quite good. Oh yeah, my bags are filled with this shit. I forgot about this. I spent all my money buying cloth transmogs from the Justice Vendor, which I didn't even know was a thing. You can buy like raid lookalikes from the Justice Vendor. Did you know that? The Cataclysm Justice Vendor sells a bunch of raid lookalikes. I guess that was always the case, but it used to require justice, and now there is no justice anymore. I don't know if that's because they changed it for 9.1. Yeah, you can literally just go up and buy them for gold now, so I don't know if that was... I don't know how long that's been the case, but I bet there's a lot of transmogs that are just sitting there for free. But I mean, it wasn't free. I spent like 4,000 gold on it, but I got like 50 transmogs across the 3 vendors, so seems worth it to me. He's getting stomped though. These casts are actually quite dangerous. Probably gonna want to throw AMS on your bars. But DK has proven to be good offensively, but not what I'm expecting defensively. Bloodworms, top healing, that's a bit scary. That's surprising. Above Death Strike, that is odd. I mean, what talents does he have? If he doesn't have hemostasis? Oh yeah, he doesn't have hemostasis. Oh, that does make sense. I was gonna say, how the hell is Death Strike below Bloodworms? No hemostasis. Blood Plague isn't really doing anything for him. Actually, I guess it is actually. Maybe that is the play for leveling. Plague leeches 50% more health. Interesting. Okay, see you later. That guy just leaves for no reason. Go ahead and replace him. Good. Had no problem filling the DPS role. Oh, a Demon Hunter, that's rare. Rare to see a Demon Hunter. The interesting thing about this dungeon is there's a lot of running side to side, so we actually have no issues with mana usually. After this, we'll have plenty of time to just run and regen mana fully.
You will never win.
See how good that slide is as a Tauren? High Mountain Tauren? That would be very useful to have as a Blood DK, I feel like. But that's kind of just what I get out of the Blink, same deal. This is gonna be like under 20 hours played though. Well under 20 hours played, I think. Oh yeah, certainly. It's not gonna take 4 hours or 3.5 hours to get this last level. We'll probably get about 40%. We'll be at 40% here. I'll probably be just shy after whatever dungeon we do next. That's how it went at 47 to 48, so I'd imagine it'll go the same way. If you didn't watch the last episode and you're watching this one, we had like a bar basically, and I could have went and killed a rare or something, but I wanted to do one more dungeon last time because I did want to be able to walk in here and not spend as much time on this episode because I did want to finish it. I wanted to finish it tonight, Sunday night, and I also had some other things I wanted to do, so we got them both done. Now we just need to not get unlucky with the last two dungeons. This one's pretty unlucky, I would feel. Without rested, these long dungeons are not very efficient. We can just get Meriden. I think honestly Meriden, the whatever, what's it even called? The area of Meriden that's like super beautiful. I don't even see Meriden on the list. Oh, there it is. Birdsong Falls. Yeah, it's surprising that they're level 10. Yeah, we can just get Earthsong Falls a couple times. We'll be good. Oh, as long as we don't get fucking Skullomance again, man. That would be so brutal. That's probably gonna happen. I mean, just letting you know. If you look down from now and this is another hour and a half, then that is why we got something bizarre happened. It's probably Skullomance or Stratholme. Stratholme takes like 45 minutes. I don't know. We had it a couple episodes ago and it was like double the length of the other dungeons put together. This one's pretty long too, but at least it's not like annoying. Stratholme is just very annoying because like, I don't know, it's, I guess like it meant to be like a timed run from the old days, so there's like a bunch of traps in it really that's gonna cause a lot of issues for you. If we had a Death Knight though, I think it wouldn't be too bad. A lot of the problems are there's a lot of casters and a lot of patrols. And if you can't accurate, like if you could just grip the patrol or grip the casters together, then it's like actually fine probably. Death Knight really dominates it, I bet. I was interested in leveling a Death Knight just to see it because I don't... It's not very engaging to be doing dungeons like this, but... Sadly, I'm at a point now where I don't even think I can level a character without a leveling challenge equipped. It's funny because I've been talking about leveling a... I wanted a warrior. I have a warrior, but I wanted an orc warrior instead of a blood elf warrior. I was like, I would have to level a new one, or I would have to like forfeit my no spec warrior. And I was thinking about forfeiting the no spec warrior, but it's just a kind of an achievement. You know what I mean? It feels kind of dumb to just hang it up and just move on. But so I was like, I'll level a new warrior. It's like, it's just not fun, man. Leveling a character without a leveling challenge attached is just not. It's very hard for me. Even a character that's only doing like a minor challenge. Like I've been leveling a paladin, a no spec paladin, and it's like getting to the point now where like even that is like, oh man. And that's like that, you know, that's a leveling challenge if you ask me. Like a year and a half ago, that would have been a leveling challenge. But now I've done it so many times that it's just like, it's not really a challenge anymore. Just kind of slightly slower than a regular character. But this has flown by. I cannot believe how this has flown by. It's like every time I log on to do this. And it also helps that I'm streaming or recording it at least, because I was talking to Cop about this today, but it's like, this is like free therapy. If you ever want to get free therapy, if you ever feel like you need to just talk to somebody, just go record for an hour and a half. Changes your fucking whole mindset. Changes your whole day. It's like stress relief, anxiety relief. It's so valuable, honestly. Really makes time go quick. Because you don't really have like... I don't fully understand how boredom works, to be honest, but... From what I could tell, like, boredom is like the awareness of being bored. Like, that's the way I always look at it. It's like the awareness of not being excited, I think. It's like if you're bored, it's because you're aware that you're not having fun. And obviously the way most people approach fixing that is to just go and have fun, but don't think that's always an option, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just taking a boring task and making it not as boring, and that's what leveling challenges are, and that's what recording is. Wow, look at that. It looks awesome. What the hell? Oh, is this guy like permanently looking like that because of the sky mirror? No. I don't know why he was red like that, but that was... I mean, that might actually be the case. Yeah, I think that is the case. He doesn't have this up the whole time. But like this, if I was doing this off stream, I think this would be very boring. Because there's like nothing to it. It's like, I don't even feel like this is a challenge. I'm not even healing most of the packs. Like legitimately, many packs I don't actually heal. So it's like, oh, this really didn't end up being a challenge at all. But this is one of those challenges that aren't a challenge. This is one of those challenges that are like, oh, that's interesting that he completed that. You know what I mean? That's what this is. It's like it's not actually difficult, but it's like, oh wow, that's interesting. He actually did that. And honestly, like, I don't think this was, it was not even, yeah, anybody could do this. Like, I'm not good at this game in a way that it allowed me to do it or something like that. Survival hunter as well. That's, so we got a couple things coming down the pipeline here. I'm going to tell you about them now. If you're watching this and you're thinking about, I wonder if any of these things come to pass, you're hearing these words for the first time, just be aware I don't often finish challenges that I start. Probably about like 50% of the challenges I start, I finished. And even if I do finish them, it's going to take me months to get it all done and then finally get them all uploaded, so. But anyway, if we did, what's next for us? So there's a few things I really want to do. One of them is a blacksmith only leveling challenge, and I will be doing that. I already started that. I already recorded the first episode of that, and I already set myself up for that. So we're gonna be that's probably gonna be like next weekend. We'll be working on that a lot. And then I still haven't finished another leveling challenge that I'm currently working on, which I guess by the time you see this, I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, that's just a continuation of a different leveling challenge that I've already done. And by the way, all the leveling challenges are in a spreadsheet, bigplay.1/level, I believe. But yeah, they're all in the spreadsheet. It should be in the description of the different things. But yeah, so we're gonna finish that one. That one's kind of time gated. I hate using that word, but that one's kind of like I can't really do it every day. So that's, yeah, we're just kind of waiting for that. So I would say that's pretty much done. Like, it just requires like an hour every 2 weeks or so, an hour every week maybe at most. So definitely the blacksmithing one is going to be a big deal. I really want to do, so then here's some other ones that I really wanted to do. I've really wanted to mess around with Survival Hunter. Survival Hunter is actually a very interesting spec, and that's what made me realize it, because we have the Survival Hunter. You could play Survival as expected, with the pet and the two-handed weapon or whatever. Or you can play Survival Hunter with two one-handers, okay, which is actually not like supported. Two one-handers and a pet, okay. Or you can play with no pet. Like, these are all things that aren't actually supported, but like you can do it, and it's interesting. It changes the playstyle of the class. You can play with no pet, okay? So like a warrior, you kind of look like a warrior because you just have a two-handed sword or something, okay? Or you could play a ranged Survival Hunter, and that's the one that's the most intriguing to me, but I think it would probably be the most boring. It sounds like the coolest idea, but I think it would be very boring. I think it would literally just be a no-spec hunter, because that's basically what you would have to do to be able to play a ranged Survival Hunter. You just basically be a no-spec hunter. And you'd also have kill command. That's the only difference. It's like 1 or 2 other spells as well. But you still can't use your interrupt. You still can't use half the spells the kid has. So it's basically just like a slightly more interesting no-spec hunter. But it would be cool to say I did that. That's another one of the, like this challenge, right? It's like not actually a challenge, but it would be cool to have that on the list. But I was thinking about doing it, the two-hand, where's that guy going? I was thinking about doing it, the two-hander thing. Oh. Yeah, that's what you do. You teleport out and teleport back. I know I've seen people do this before. It's actually a very good idea. But anyway, I was thinking about doing the two-hander and doing another blacksmithing only leveling challenge. And doing it as a two-handed hunter. And the reason I wanted to do it is because I actually really like some of the male transmog, but I don't have any of the male transmog for blacksmithing, like none of it. I really wish you could just play a actual plate class and use male and get transmog, because a lot of the transmog from the early days was meant for a warrior. Like, a hunter's not going to use level 20 male gear, right? Like, that's not when he uses that. So I don't like how that's worked out, but that's how it is. So that's fine. But yeah, so I was thinking about how do I get that transmog other than just make the gear and send it to an alt or something. I figured the best way would be to just do another leveling challenge. So that, and then I was also thinking the same thing with leatherworking. So I did the, if you haven't seen it, it's again in the playlist. The leatherworking only challenge, and that was on a hunter, a no-spec hunter. And that was very interesting because I was like doing like a lot of RP, like I was pretending like I was a blue dragon basically. Like I wanted to make the blue dragon scale set, which I knew it's no longer in the game, but somebody on the realm actually had, so I just need to get the stuff for it. And that was basically the goal of the playthrough, to get this gear that, as a male character, you actually had a really unique transmog. And we now have 3 hunters, by the way. But anyway, that I knew was something I wanted to do, so I did that. But yeah, again, it's the same thing like with blacksmithing, although it's actually way worse. Is at least blacksmithing you can make a lot of weapons, and there are a lot of endgame male pieces. But if you're looking for just transmog from blacksmithing, you're going to be deep into that before you get it. Like I'm talking about, you know, you won't start getting transmog until like level 40 in Shadowlands. So yeah, that's not the most exciting thing about the playthrough. It's, I wish that there was a better way to do it, let's put it that way. Most of the gear, like probably like 60% of the gear you can make as a blacksmith is not plate. And that's the same with leatherworking, but it's, so the problem is in the original game, there was no reason for them to care, right? So original mail was like basically just leather, but slightly more armor. So instead, a lot of the mail gear was like specialized shit, like the dragon scale sets. And outside of that, there's actually not any mail, like almost no mail. There's the turtle scale set, which I made and was a good set, but that's just a super generic set, and that's actually it. Everything else from leatherworking that's mail, besides the like the elemental stuff, all that's been removed. So like half the patterns have been removed from leatherworking. It's the same for blacksmithing, but leatherworking, a lot of stuff has been removed. The thing is, they added a bunch of other mail sets, but they're just generic ass like cataclysm transmogs or something. So it's like I have all of them. Like I don't even need them. You know what I mean? I didn't even want them. So it was fun, but it was kind of like I was kind of just leatherworking. That was all I was actually doing because I wasn't making anything. And I think that will be a problem with blacksmithing. But the good thing about blacksmithing is like you actually outfit yourself with weapons. You know what I mean? Like the weapons are a big part of it. It's actually quite fun because you have to like you create your own weapons in that blacksmithing challenge. And the coolest thing about the blacksmithing one is that you actually have to be at an anvil. You actually have to be at an anvil to be able to blacksmith, and you have to be at a forge to smelt. That is the best part of this, and it's a nomad leveling challenge, right? So no hearthing. Leatherworking was not like that. You just go skin the mobs and you can make it anywhere. And same with tailoring. Although tailoring was more interesting because we did the Moonwell, the shit from TBC. So that was a lot more interesting. But yeah, leatherworking is definitely the worst. But anyway, so like I still don't have any of the leather, like hundreds of leather transmogs, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of leather transmogs that I don't have. So I would like to do that again too, and I was thinking about doing a no spec druid for that, and I thought that would be cool. So yeah, I was thinking either for the blacksmith, for the male set, I was thinking about hunter, like the two-handed warrior style hunter. I think it would look good because, you know, if you make a character that, like, you know, a night elf could have been a warrior. And they kind of look like a warrior when you don't have a pet roaming around. But I was thinking about doing a shaman. I was thinking about doing a two-hander or what sword and board enhancement shaman. Or even maybe even just actual regular enhancement shaman. But I think that would be kind of boring. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I probably won't do either, but definitely doing a paladin as a blacksmith only leveling. That's like my swan song. That's like the number one. I've been waiting like 3 years to do that leveling challenge. I started it, and then they announced Chromie time. I started it like late 2019, and they announced Chromie time at that BlizzCon. And I was like, all right, well, we're done. We're waiting for that, because that was like, I knew it was gonna be exactly what I wanted, and it is. It's amazing. So I cannot fucking wait to do that. But yeah, I'll have to finish this one first, because I don't like having 2 series is fine, but 3 at the same time, it's just, I just never finish them all then. But that'll be the big one next. So we're gonna finish this, and then the archaeology only leveling challenge. That's the other one I've been working on. And then it'll be time to start the blacksmithing one properly. And I have some very unique ideas on how to make that. The problem with blacksmithing is, again, you have to level the profession. That was the good thing about leatherworking, and also really the good thing about tailoring especially, was that you could actually level it while leveling, because you'd get cloth constantly. And same with tailoring. You'd be constantly killing mobs that give you experience, or that give you things, and also leather. So it was actually very easy to level. But blacksmithing will not be like that. I'll have to go way out of my way for the ore. So what I'm going to do is, I started this character on my second account. The account I'm actually playing right now. This is not my main account. And we will level the character alongside another blacksmith. And that character will just follow me around. It won't kill anything or do anything. But it'll be there to loot blacksmithing materials. So when we get a mine, which, you know, you will have happen quite a lot, we'll hit a mining node or whatever, and there will be some materials on it for me, and then there'll be some materials on it for the second account, and then it would basically be getting twice as many materials every time we hit a mine, which is like fucking awesome. Like, that's so great. And hopefully it'll be as great as it sounds. I mean, it certainly sounds like it'd be great, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think this is also another fast one, because we actually can skip these bosses. See if people know him. Unlikely. If he's pulling this pack, then I don't think we're skipping the boss. This boss is actually a fucking nightmare boss. But yeah, the third boss is actually not. That doesn't even, not part of the dungeon. Usually I would be willing to stay, but unfortunately I do want to get this leveling challenge over, so as soon as we kill that boss, I am going to leave. Even though it's a really cool dungeon to finish, there's a lot more to it, but for some reason it gives you credit for finishing the second boss, so you actually don't have to do the third boss. Okay, so this boss is a fucking huge pain in the ass. We probably should have pulled the left side if we were going to aggro this boss, honestly. He constantly fears, as you see. That time he chose the pet. And the pet is going to go aggro the trash? Yep. As expected. That's why he skipped the boss. And he also doesn't incapacitate, it looks like. Kill the tree at least. I really wish I could mind control without being incapacitated myself. We actually had no problem surviving that. That's very surprising. It's a 10 monk. That doesn't hurt. 10 hunter. Oh, that's also nice. 14 rogue. And 35 warrior. Warrior's been weird for us. Had that like one warrior who was like basically didn't have gear on. Like he felt like he had no gear on. And then this guy's been really good so far, so don't know what to think. What even is that area? It connects to here or something? What the hell? Touch of death, overpowered. Overpowered. Surprised we skipped that, actually. I've also been wanting to do more naked leveling challenges. So realistically, all those things I talked about are all going to get a backseat to the Paladin's Blacksmith only leveling challenge, and then I'll probably do another naked leveling challenge at the same time. I was thinking about, so Enhancement Shaman is one I really want to do. I really like Enhancement Shaman right now. It's probably my favorite spec in the game, honestly, besides Blood DK. But it's just a DPS, which I'm not really a big fan of playing at max level. But yeah, I really like Enhancement Shaman. So I was thinking about doing a no spec, or I do need to do a no spec Shaman. Shaman and Monk are still ones I haven't even started. But anyway, yes, I do want to do a naked playthrough of something. Enhancement Shaman is a sexy pick right now, but I don't know how fun it would be. I'm not exactly sure if it would be really difficult or really easy. I haven't decided yet. It's one of the two. I don't think it's going to be very well balanced like the Rogue one. I don't think there's going to be any that lives up to the Rogue. Even the Arcane Mage one was at times very easy. So I've been struggling to think about what would be the best one. But I think the ultimate one would be a Warrior. Now, I'm not sure if I would prefer Arms or Fury. I think I would actually prefer Fury, but I think Arms would be more difficult. Because Fury does have, you know, a fair amount of self-sustain, whereas Arms has none, from what I could tell, so. But I don't know if I would ever do that, because it's a lot. That's naked leveling challenges take like 60 parts. Like it's going to be like 60 hours of leveling, probably more than that. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what we do. But the cool thing about naked leveling challenges, you don't have to worry about gear. You just focus every time you log on. You're just trying to get levels. That's it. And there's a lot of ways to level without actually doing quests nowadays. So I think it would be interesting. And then, of course, all of this is going to overlap into 915, which is going to start making me do max level, like, you know, Torghast only 50 to 60 with no spec characters. That would be something I will definitely be doing. I don't know if we'll consider them leveling challenges, but probably, to be honest. I mean, as long as Torghast leveling is viable, I feel like it actually is going to not be viable on purpose. It gives so much renown and so much shit now that I just think it's probably not, like right now on the PTR, it is awful. Like it is so bad experience. You would have to level for probably like 5 hours in Torghast to actually get a level. So I actually would expect that to not change. Like I actually expect them to not want you to level through Torghast, like exclusively. But we'll see what happens. Okay. So we need 3.5 bars, so the next dungeon gets us no matter what. Actually 4 on the dot almost. And then that is it. This is it. How long is this episode going to be? Oh, it's going to be about an hour and a half probably less. And then that is it. I did say I would look at doing a Shadowlands dungeon. I don't think I will, honestly. I have some plans for this character. You will, if you're watching this now, you're very dedicated to the channel, let's put it that way. So I thank you if you are one of those people. But regardless, I will probably be making this a lot more public, what I'm going to do with this character. I might as well tell you, since you're such loyal, I mean, honestly, I'm always shocked that people actually watch these because it's such a long amount of time and I don't actually publish them properly. But yeah, I plan on dual boxing. I plan on bringing this character to max level content and gearing it up alongside my Blood DK. And my goals are twofold. My goals are to see how much I can solo as a Blood DK. And my goals are also to see what a no-spec character looks like in max level content. Because I've still yet to properly do that. Still getting transmogs at the last minute here. And there is hopefully the last dungeon we will do on this character. Three and a half bars though, I was right. Let's not do any more rares though. I don't want to somehow ding before we enter the dungeon. Oh, they changed these all to... What the hell? Oh, of course. That's funny. Actually, this is the quick one, isn't it? I don't remember. Well, I said we never did this dungeon, and we are finally in it. Although I don't think we'll ever get this quest done. This is... Yeah, this is back in the... Wait, I don't actually know. I don't know. Can't tell. Alright, we have a monk tank, 30 monk, 48 Nightborn warrior, 48 Nightborn hunter, 39 blood elf mage. Interesting. Shall we begin? We're off. Last dungeon we'll do on this character. Yikes, what's yikes? Love the dungeon though, by the way. Certainly my favorite dungeon in the whole game. It's really tempting to play Dark Iron Dwarf. If I could play a fucking Dark Iron Dwarf on Horde, I would probably play nothing else. The fact that they can just go to BRD whenever they want is so amazing. That is so awesome. I can smoke though, Jesus. I almost hope that somehow somebody's going to finally realize we're about to do the last dungeon and nobody is going to realize that we have no specialization. That is so crazy. This boss actually gets pretty hard. What is that? Every time we're killing those mobs, he's getting the buff, or what's happening there? Can we knock these away? Yeah. There's no way he's about to survive this unless he starts doing something major to help himself. 0% chance. Unless, I guess if we just kill it fast enough. I guess that's more likely. It's an interesting encounter. Oh, Circle of Flame. How about that? And that epic. Oh, I got it too. That goes on. I think that goes on no matter what. Max level as well. Level 58. That's the highest it can be. Oh, wow. That would have been useful. I wonder if that's something you can do while moving. Two epics off one boss. It's bizarre. This is actually probably gonna suck, honestly. Not being able to drink in this area up here is a little worrying. Cloaks I usually have the transmog for. I've played so many different characters that you'd expect me to certainly have all the cloaks in the game by now. Okay, I need to get ahead and drink here because this is gonna be a tough one. Oh, actually no, this is the dwarves. 7 dwarves first. But I do still need to drink. assume that door's about to close. Yes, it is. I also wouldn't mind doing a couple more orc or a couple more horde leveling challenges. Probably like maybe more like 100%. A lot of my leveling challenges have been on Alliance. Actually, no. Most of the ones that I've done recently have been on Horde. I leveled a lot of Alliance characters, but the proper ones that I've been recording and stuff, a lot of them have been on Horde. So the current, I'm working on 2 right now. This one's on Horde, the other one's on Alliance. Let's see. Leveling. So the first one I ever properly finished was on a Frost Mage on Alliance. Second one I ever did was a Zandalari Monk, but this doesn't even really count. I just, since I recorded it and finished it, I put it on the sheet. It was like 3 episodes total. Then me and Cop did that Classic Zones only, which ends up getting invalidated by Chromie Time. That was on Alliance. Then I did the Naked Orc variety, where I just leveled a bunch of different, like, just kind of fucked around as a naked orc hunter. That was an orc. So that's Horde. Then the first alpha leveling challenge I did was the Maghar Orc Death Knight. And that we didn't actually get very far, but because the character got stuck. I think we got to like level 35 or 6 or something like that. But that's on the channel, so that's one that counts. Then we got Tauren Enhancement Shaman. Okay, we did a lot of Horde ones. Tauren Two-Handed Enhancement Shaman. That was actually really fun. That was also testing Chromie Time. That was like, oh my god. I was like fucking like beating off to Chromie Time at the time. I was like, oh my god, I love this. It's the best idea ever. And I still look at it that way, but. Then we did, oh yeah, then the first like proper one that we finished was the Night Elf No Spec Mage on the PTR, on the Alpha. So that was the first one that we actually finished. That was the Night Elf. Then me and Cop did the Naked No Spec duo. I was Priest, he was Monk. No gear, no spec. That was a tough one. I would love to do that again, honestly. But, I don't know. It's tough to get together. We spent a lot of... Maybe in the winter I'll have time. And then after that, the next one I finished was the Nomad, the first Nomad leveling challenge I ever did. That was on the Orc Warlock, the Gul'dan lookalike. That's like the first leveling challenge I've ever done start to finish. Like, I started at level 1 and finished, and this was like before Shadowlands even launched, so it was gonna be 120, but it stopped obviously. Then Chromie Time came out. Oh, we got Transmog again right at the last minute. Wait, level 36, what? Why are they so low? Oh well. Okay, this part's gonna suck. Anyway, then after that it was the Naked Outlaw Zandalari Rogue. That's probably my favorite leveling challenge I've ever done. That was like perfect. It was so good. The difficulty and the skill were at the right margin. I even made a video on the channel about that leveling challenge being the hardest thing I've ever done. The most, like, it was extremely fair, but it was extremely hard. Like, it's usually, I said that in the video, it's like, usually difficulty like this is extremely unfair, and there's like nothing you can do about it. It's like, I just can't do this. It's actually not possible. But this was like, no, it's actually like fully possible. I just needed to play perfectly, and I sucked because I was like playing a class that I've literally never even played before. Never played a rogue, never played outlaw rogue, never did any of that shit. So it's basically like learning how to play the spec as I was doing it. And there was a time in it where we did it was in fuck's the name of the zone? 1,000 Needles. It's all flooded now. These quests were like insanely difficult, like unbelievably difficult, because you had to fight elites, and typically you're supposed to do it with like a bodyguard type person, but the bodyguard was like dying, or it wasn't tanking, or something was up. I can't actually remember what the issue was. I think the bodyguard shared my health pool, so it would just die really quick or something. I can't remember, but yeah, it was fucking hard. So I had to like, yeah, that's right. The bodyguard would die, and then he would res, and then he would regain threat. So I was like basically like banking on. Oh, that was so crazy actually. So I was basically like banking on him rezzing at the right time, and like I would stun, and then okay, he's gonna res. Okay, he's gonna die again. Now I need to have CD up. Okay, I need to do, and I also need to do good damage because it was like I'm fighting an elite, so it's like the mob's like literally not dying. Yeah, it was really nuts actually. That was like without question the hardest thing I've ever done in this video game, which is crazy to say that out loud, but it's actually the truth. I'm not lying. It's actually the hardest thing I've ever done in this video game. Was those quest lines, those elite quest lines in Thousand Needles on that no spec rogue. And like I said, the hardest thing that was like actually tuned well and balanced enough to actually finish. It's like there's things in the game that are like, oh, this is actually bugged, you just can't do it. You know what I mean? Or it's possible, but it's like not meant to be done. You know, it's like this wasn't designed to be difficult. And this is, I guess it's kind of one of those situations, but no, it was definitely doable. It's leveling, you know what I mean? It should never be impossible. Okay, this is awful. But that was really, really, really good. That was definitely, that's definitely the one that I've enjoyed the most. And then we did the next, yeah, we didn't actually, then Shadowlands came out, so then I didn't do anything for a while. Although I really should have done a proper playthrough of the No Spec Warrior I leveled. I actually leveled a No Spec Warrior during Shadowlands launch. And it was actually pretty nuts. I got him out of minute here. That should have been one, but I didn't record it, so we don't have that one on the list. Stunned as well, okay. Jesus Christ. Anyway, and then that was it. We did the rogue Zandalari, or it was actually just an undead rogue that I actually leveled off, like not a leveling challenge, but it was a no spec rogue, and then I got it to 50 or even 48, I think it was, with the intention of doing Shadowlands. I wanted to see what Shadowlands leveling challenges were going to be like, and there was a couple interesting things. I did Bastion only. So I did this entire Rogue's leveling experience only leveling in Bastion, which is my favorite zone, like, ever, probably. And we found this bizarre-ass, like, almost like a cheat code, I would have to say, like, this ridiculous thing that you can do. It certainly does not seem like it should be in the game, but it just doesn't matter because it's leveling. And then that was it. Then we started that Arcane Mage, the naked Arcane Mage that's on that list. We started that in Shadowlands, or before Shadowlands, in BFA. Basically, we started in the pre-patch. And I was hoping to finish it before Shadowlands, but I don't remember why I didn't, but I didn't. So then it was like probably like 3 or 4 episodes after Shadowlands. The cool thing about that was that we did it in Legion. So it was naked, so we got to use the artifact. We didn't have a nomad or anything like that. We actually got to use the artifact, and it was actually really cool. The artifact's fucking awesome. Al-Uneth, and we pulled the boss. Sweet. Oh, we're making our last dungeon very difficult here. This is going to be another very tough dungeon with this mana pool, or a very tough boss. Luckily, the actual we actually have mana potions. Luckily, the oh, that priestess died really quick. I don't know what I was gonna say. But yeah, he's immune to magic, so takes a very long time to die. But yeah, and then that was it, and then we did the Holy Paladin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 14 leveling challenges were aligned. So yeah, pretty even. And then this is gonna be another one for Horde. Celestial Brood does fucking nothing at this level. It's kind of crazy. Unfortunately, kiting won't do you any favors. Actually, maybe it will. He's a monk. Healing yourself would definitely be a good idea. Cool. Level 50. How about that? Certainly the most interesting level. But we did get it done. Locked. Interesting. Alright, ding, level 50. So let's see if we can queue for Shadowlands. I assume we have to do...
The future of Azeroth needs you to protect it.
I'll miss you, crummy time walking. I assume we have to do the intro stuff, but I'm not actually sure if that's the case.
Take care of yourself out there.
Alright, well, I guess we could try... Let's see, I don't think it's gonna work, but... Oh. I forgot all about this. I have to buy the expansion. Fuck, I never did that. Awkward. Okay, yeah, I have to do that at some point. Alright, anyway, I guess that's the end of the playthrough then. That's funny. Yeah, I have to do that like as soon as possible because I need to start acquiring Rested. Awkward. Anyway, yeah, hey, you know what? It was a fun little playthrough. Somehow we managed to do the entire thing without anybody actually noticing that we are a no-spec character, which is fucking insane, honestly. But it's what's happened, so I can't believe it. I have to say, this was insanely easy. I didn't even have to heal most times. Like, legitimately didn't actually even heal. A lot of times in combat, I was not actually even healing. So you know what? Go try it. I think you'll be surprised how good a no-spec priest is. If you're looking for a character to kind of break the ice on the no-spec situation, this would be the one. Because certainly you can literally just play the game the normal way and not even realize you're playing a no-spec character. Mana's a bit of an issue, but past that, it's effectively all. 57, I think we got better, right? Yeah. Crit verse is better anyway. But that is that. So thank you for watching. We will be back with another leveling challenge soon. Make sure you take a look at the spreadsheet. Bigplay.1/level, I believe. Should be in the description. But yeah, that should lead you to the other ones. And like I said, we have a couple new ones. If you watch this, honestly, if you watch this, if you're hearing me say these words right now, leave a comment and tell me. Like, I'm not trying to like get people to comment. I don't care about that. Just do it and tell me because you're a fucking legend. Like, honestly, if you're actually watching this shit, I'm not even publishing it. It's unlisted. And you're actually watching this, it's actually like impressive as shit. So you're really you're very interested in these things. So I'm glad to hear that because I love this stuff and I'm always interested in meeting people who also love it. So let me know if that's the case. Otherwise, thank you for watching and we will be back soon. Like I said, make sure you definitely stay tuned. We have some really interesting leveling challenges coming up. And this character is going to have some big plays coming up towards it. So I'm going to get on that. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next one.